Today we are going to read two poems about lions. But before we start, let's look at some facts about lions. What do you know about lions? Lions are big cats. They live in Africa. They are large mammals with sandy colored coats. They have a thin tail with a tuft at the end. That's the dark growing hair at the end of the tail. The male lion can grow to 2 meters. It has a shaggy mane, which means untidy. The female lion, however, weighs less than the male. It does not have a mane. Lions live in groups called prides. Now I'm going to read the first poem. Lions. Near an ancient standing baobab tree, the lion sits with burning mane. He looks all around, but makes no sound. In the heat of the African plain, behind in the grey and cooling shade, the rest of the pride is lying. After the kill, they have eaten their fill, and now sleep the safe sleep of the lion. Tomorrow they will awaken refreshed as a new day breaks over the plain, and they'll sleekly rise with the death in their eyes to start the hunt over again. Robin Meller. Now let's read the second poem, The Veggie Lion. I'm a vegetarian lion. I've given up all meat. I've given up all roaring. All I do is go tweet tweet. I never ever sink my claws into some animal's skin. It only lets the blood run out and lets the germs rush in. I used to be ferocious. I even tried to kill. But the sight of all that blood made me feel quite ill. I once attacked an elephant. I sprang straight at his head. I woke up 3 days later in a general hospital bed. Now I just eat carrots. They're easier to kill, because when I pounce upon them, they all remain quite still. Spike Milligan. Now let's move to vocabulary. Number 1, we have ancients. Near an ancient standing baobab tree. That's line 1, poem 1. Ancient means very old. The baobab tree is a short tree with a thick trunk that grows in Africa and Australia and lives for a very long time. African plain, line 5, poem 1. So that's a large flat area of land without trees. Lying, the pride is lying, is to be in or move into a horizontal position on a surface. After the kill, so that's the act of killing. Fill, they have eaten their fill, eating until feeling full. Hunt is to chase and try to catch and kill an animal. Awaken, tomorrow they will awaken refreshed. To wake from sleep. That's the opposite of sleep. Sleekly, that's softly and smoothly. Now poem 2, The Veggie Lion. Vegetarian. A vegetarian is the person who eats no meat or fish, but only vegetables, fruits, nuts and grains. Tweet, that's a short high sound made by a bird. Sprang is the past of spring. Jump or move quickly. Ferocious, fierce and violent. Pounce, to jump or move quickly in order to catch or take hold of something. So I hope guys you still remember the text types that we studied in the first semester. In this unit, we are dealing with a new text type, which is poetry. What's poetry? So poetry is a piece of writing written by a poet that expresses emotions, experiences and ideas, especially in short lines using words that rhyme. So how is poetry different from other text types? And what makes a poem a poem? We will talk about several things that you find in poetry. Number one, we have voice or speaker. That's who is speaking in the poem. The poem does not necessarily have to be spoken by the person who wrote it. It could be a character the poet created. Like in the Veggie Lion. Can you see the word I in poem 2? That's the character who is speaking. So I would like you to go and circle all the I's in poem 2. So the lion is telling us funny things. It is telling us that it is a vegetarian lion and how it used to kill, how it does not eat meat, and how it does not roar, and how it had once attacked an elephant by jumping at its head, therefore got hospitalized for 3 days. The next thing we will look at is lines. That's L-I-N-E-S. So go to poem 1 and count the number of lines. We have 15 lines in poem 1, while in poem 2 there are 20 lines. Number 3, we have stanza. That's an element of poetry. Stanza is the group of lines separated by a space. Right, so in poem 1, there are 3 stanzas. While in poem 2 there are 5 stanzas. In poem 1, as you can see, there is a bigger space between line 5 and line 6. Right, so I would like you to draw a box around the stanzas in both poems. Okay, so number 4, we move to rhyme. That's an element, an important element in poetry. So if we look at poem 1, we can find some rhymes. at the end of the lines. The poet has used rhyme in the poem. And here are some words that rhyme. Like in line 2, we have main and plain. In line 5, we have around, we have sound. Line 3 and 4, we have kill and we have fill. Line 8 and line 9. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I would like you now to do exercise 1 and 2 in the language book and page 68 in the practice book. Bye for now.